Lucky, joined by MVP and the third man. We also have our guest of the evening, Casey and LP from Titletown TV. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. They have podcasts about all sorts of stuff. So a lot of good content. Check them out. Follow the links to all our pages in the description box below. Like and share, subscribe, all the good stuff we mentioned. MVP and third man. For a second, let me start with you guys. You want some good news?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 We have our first sponsorship with W Energy. And I'm going to plug them real quick. I'm currently drinking Dub Sludge to carry us through this podcast. Pretty good. And if you follow their website at w.gg, let me put up the good news here. All the listeners get 10% off if they use code GMMINT10, so capital GMMT10. If you use that discount code, you get 10% off anything you order on w.gg. No crash, no stuff like that. So definitely check them out. It's carried me through work this week for sure. So other than that, that's good news.
Great. That's great news.
And I'm going to display it right here while I'm drinking it. So, all right. So Casey and LP, how are you guys doing?
Good, bro. Good, great.
Appreciate you guys coming in, man. Yeah. No, it's good to grow communities, right? They got good channels, and Casey reached out to me and wanted to be on here, and I thought it was a great idea. And they're big into wrestling just as we are, so I'm sure there's going to be a very eventful. Are you driving that microphone? What's going on here?
I don't know. It's loose. It keeps falling, so I'm trying to tighten it up.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get right into it. We're going to start with the top 5 WWE spots of the week. Let's start with the third man. What did you like about Raw and SmackDown?
Well, Raw is run by the Judgment Day. I love seeing the Judgment Day.
I'm going over too.
They got a lot of gold around their waist, and we had a nice match from Rhea Ripley. So I'm really liking the story with the Judgment Day. What's going on between Finn and Priest with that Money in the Bank contract is very, very interesting, and that's just my favorite part of Raw is the Judgment Day. Love the Judgment Day. Love seeing them. Give me more of the Judgment Day.
I'm liking the little seeds, right? So like when Damian Priest gives him the briefcase and he slides it through his legs to Cody, and you're like, there's some dissension here, right? There's something going on. For sure, but then they came back together. That post-angle beatdown was exactly what they needed to get back where you're saying they're running Raw right now. So
they beat the shit out of Sammy and Cody.
Yeah, no, they beat him down, and I mean that gets Cody his next hard times, right? His next hard times in his path, and it helps Judgment Day finally establish themselves as they're a cohesive unit again, and all that good stuff. So. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. You didn't watch SmackDown though, did you?
I watched the highlights.
I gotta call you out on that. You didn't watch SmackDown.
I watched the highlights. I'm not gonna front here. I watched the highlights on SmackDown.
Well, let's go to MVP. MVP, give me something from the week.
My boy Chad Gable getting another win.
Yep.
I like how they're using him. I mean, they're trying to build him up to be a credible challenger for Gunther eventually. Well, I mean, he's got the next Intercontinental title match, but this is also leading it to be an Alpha Academy versus Imperium kind of deal, with Gunther getting the win against Otis. Otis. Yeah.
Shoosh. No, yeah, I agree. Chad Gable. That was good. Yeah, the whole match with who did he fight? He fought
Giovanni.
Yeah,
Giovanni Vinci.
Gunther. And I told you last week, I like how Gunther's established as a dominant champion, where he literally said, "I want to face you on the spot," and then just within a couple of minutes, power bomb done. Right? I love that about Gunther. He's one of the few champions that don't need to be a chicken shit heel, right? He tells his guys, wait in the back, I'll do this, right?
Right. So, he's straight across the board. He's not afraid of nobody, his partner, his opponents, it don't matter who it is, he's gonna talk to you. He wants to be you talk to him. He's straight across the board no matter what.
Oh yeah. And I'm hoping that within the year by Mania, I would love to see Gunther versus Seth Rollins for the championship. I would love to see that. But
he's my current favorite in the Royal Rumble, so I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends, though, if they're going to keep the Intercontinental Championship on him. How many more days, Matt, until he beats Honky Tonk Man's record?
Oh, dude, by at least the end of by the end of the month.
Oh, so it's close.
I think it's right after Payback.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it could be right after Payback.
Yeah.
I think he had like 14 days.
Yeah, he's close.
KCLP.
I don't see him losing that Payback to Gable, but I can see him losing maybe after that, maybe at Superstar Spectacle or Survivor Series, something like that. But I don't see him finishing the year off as IC champion.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either.
It's time for the main event.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I would like him to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record and then drop it.
Oh no, he will. It will happen.
That's definitely gonna be.
They tired of Honky Tonk being the one carrying it.
Yeah, this I think this year has proven to us that WWE is big on breaking all of the old records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as title holders, like you got, of course, nobody's going to erase Bruno Sammartino's record at all. But the more logical way is to create a whole new record. So by Universal Championship being its own entity, like of course Roman is gonna forever hold that record.
Mm-hmm.
You got Bianca that broke the record for her title. Who else? Now you got Gunther breaking the Intercontinental Championship record. So I think for the most part, they're in that realm of erasing all the old and in with the new.
Also breaking the hooligan record.
Yeah, I'm big on Chad Gable though. I really want them to push Chad in that same angle as they did with Kurt Angle.
He should have been Kurt's son.
Yes. Thank you. I've been saying it the whole time. He should have been Kurt's son, definitely.
It's either don't do it at all or he should have been Kurt's son. Because y'all ruined American Alpha, bro. They were doing some great things on SmackDown.
And then they ruined Jason Jordan's neck.
Yep.
And then they turned him into Shorty G, and it was just downhill, right?
Oh, that Shorty G moment was horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. So, KCLP, give me a moment from Raw or SmackDown.
I was going to piggyback off of Third Man and talk about JD. Kind of teasing that he's joining Judgment Day. I can't wait to see how that turns out. I guess with Matt Riddle and Drew.
Honestly, I was gonna go with the whole Rhea and Indy situation. Of course, they've been hyping Indy Hartwell up.
I like her vignette. Vignette was good.
Yeah, like they're hyping her up, but it was kind of like almost to me, I felt like it was a squash match because the little segment was that the week prior to when Rhea and
Candace.
When Rhea and
Raquel.
Yeah, and then basically Rhea jumped everybody. That segment right there was bigger than the match that they hyped between Rhea and Indy. Because I wanted to see a more aggressive side from Indy. So I didn't quite get that. So it didn't kind of quench my thirst with that match. So I'm kind of seeing or hoping that they push Indy more or at least build this feud a little bit better. Because, of course, you want to keep Rhea as strong as you want to keep her, but you also don't want to deflate everybody else's gimmick around her.
Yeah.
Something tells me that coming from that attack on Raquel will come out more aggressive. Know that she need to be more prepared when it comes to people like Rhea and Shayna, who's coming up because she's with everybody else. She's single-handedly growing through the tag division by herself, and Rhea and Shayna are only two women that she needs to really prove on Raw right now that she can hang with.
I see a heel turn.
I want to see her turn on heel on Liv.
I see a heel turn. I see her never winning, and once she gets to that point of no return, she realizes she can't be real, and Liv gives that whole I'm your friend, I'm here to help you,
and she snaps.
And completely disintegrates.
She feel like Liv held her back. She waited on Liv to come back from injury just to get hurt again and lose the titles again.
Yeah, her correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of Indy, though, I want to see Indy and Candice LeRae go to the tag division.
Yeah.
If we go keep these tag titles around, let's keep some fresh tag teams that has some longevity together. I love Kaden and Katana. I call them Fire Dunn. I'm not sure they have an actual name that, but Esla Dunn and Apple Fire, I love them two together.
Yeah.
But having another tag team around, you just had Sonny Deville get hurt. Piper and Chelsea's together now, but they haven't did anything together yet. But having a team that's been around together like Indy and Candace would be a nice, fresh, gimmick in the division.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys leaving me the best one for last because now MVP and Alexis know here. I am huge on the Bloodline every week. That's my jam. I talk about the Bloodline.
Were you disappointed this week?
Well, you know why? Because one of the Usos can't travel with the other Uso in Canada, so they're not going to be on SmackDown. But
I also think it worked to the advantage of what the night was for. Yeah, and it didn't take from that. And go ahead, Lucky. What's your moment?
Edge's match.
Yes.
So 25-year career, right? Now, call me crazy. I don't think it's his last match. I think he's going to go to AEW for his last match and work with Christian. Wow. That's his best friend. That's his best friend. He's going to want to do it. And I don't think that WWE would hold it against him. I think it's more like, I have no hard feelings with you. You gave me a great thing, but I do want to work with my best friend before I retire. Wow. And do something there.
That's why couldn't it be in WWE?
It's Christian there.
He could be.
Yeah, right.
The Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. Or Adam and Christian.
Exactly. That would be really good, right? So
both will retire.
He comes to AEW as Sexton Hardcastle.
Well, and not only that, but I love the story that Sheamus helped him get back in ring shape, which he did for a few days. Yeah. But who trained him to get back in the ring is, I believe, FTR. So
FTR.
Why wouldn't you go back and work with them? I mean, and it wouldn't be a long run, maybe 3 matches in AEW, but I see that happening. I definitely would see that.
They got to redo Hardy's and Edge and Christian. They got to do that one for sure.
Before Jeff Hardy gets another DUI, hopefully.
Before Jeff Hardy gets another death match with Jeff Jarrett.
I thought you were going to do a death match with alcohol.
Yeah. But yeah, Edge's match. It was a great match with Sheamus. A lot of good near falls. It was a good technical match. One of my favorite moments is the Brogue kick, and he ducks it and then rolls him up into a pin. That was nice little counters.
That was cool.
That was a nice little shift.
Yeah. So
10 Beasts of the Bear was for me.
Wild on that.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to boo so bad, but like everybody loved that moment. Like, you can't boo those 10 Beasts, bro.
No, you can't.
And yeah, there's no shady business. 2 friends, respect for each other. They ended the match that way. No complaints.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up Trish and Becky.
What's that?
I'm surprised I didn't bring up Trish and Becky.
It could be a honorable mention.
It could be an honorable mention. Who wants to touch it on the honorable mention?
Is it really an honorable mention though? Like, I feel like that's a storyline or feud that has been drawn out way too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trish came back. And we were like, okay, Trish is back.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest divas of all time or biggest female superstars of all time. You came back and it's like, okay, I would have gave you maybe 3 to 4 months span to do your work, do your magic, push whoever you're gonna push and get out of there. But she did say she wanted to come back as a heel and show she still had it to prove herself and her family she can still do it. But it's like now, it's like you literally been in the feud with one person for all of 6 months?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Yeah.
You came back before WrestleMania. So, that was about 6 months. So, like, you real deal have just been giving us the runaround with Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly tired of it. I don't see it going anywhere. Like, you're not aiming to go for a title match. You and Becky are literally going back and forth. And it's bringing not only the prestige of the feud down, but it's also, if you look at where Becky stands, it's like you're just in a irrelevant feud.
Mm-hmm. I feel
they don't have any,
keeping her in limbo.
Yeah, like they
just
don't
in no man's land
for you. Like they hype you about never winning the Money in the Bank, and then you lost that, and so it was like you didn't win Royal Rumble. So it's like, what are we gonna do with Becky? Oh, let's just put Becky in the situation with Trish for 10,000 years, and let's just see how long we can milk this. I feel like I'm watching Randy and John Cena. they had them do like 500 matches back to back. Like that's how I feel about this Trish and Becky Lynch situation.
This shit would not fly on WWE GM mode.
No, it won't. You would definitely get the lowest rating possible.
See, that's the thing where I feel like is that it's, I don't know. Trish was definitely a big part of the Divas Revolution and first main event for women in general. Her and Lita, right, and Raw. But I mean, I don't say you don't belong here, but it's like you're holding up people that should be in meaningful things right now. And it's like the only good thing about this is Zoe Stark is getting some rub.
Yep.
But you're making me as a viewer not care about Zoe Stark because I don't care about this feud.
Right.
Now, what I do care about, Bianca Belair got beat down, right? So I would love to see her. This is another call me crazy. I'd love to see her come back as part of the Hurt Business.
Of course.
With Bobby Lashley and Street Profits.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like she can lead her own female stable. Hear me out. Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend.
Okay.
They're not doing much in metaphor in NXT. They win one week, next week they lose. Back and forth. If it doesn't go nowhere, I say call them up and be lackeys for Bianca.
I feel like there would be another.
Let's bump for Bianca.
I feel like they would at that point they'll be biting off of Jade Cargill's stable as the baddies, and I kind of personally hated that too.
We had Team Bad already.
Yeah,
I feel like anything's better than
Team Bad was good.
They really would.
Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina.
Yeah, for what? Tamina knees was shot, so the
boss.
The splash wasn't the splash. It was more like a. Let's see who else was in there. Who was it? Naomi
and Sasha.
Naomi was just glowing, just because. Like there was no.
You just made down her run.
And Sasha wasn't even the blueprint then. She was just.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, well.
She wasn't the boss. She was an employee.
She was an employee.
Like they all copied each other.
Third man, did you have some on that?
I don't think WWE wants to make Bianca a heel right now, just because she's one of if not their top baby faces. I'm sure she sells a ton of merchandise with out there in WWE, and she's a likable character. I do agree with you guys though that she does need a little bit of a refresh. And the refresh might be a heel turn for sure. It'd be nice if she can, contribute to maybe a double turn, making one of the heels in the women's division, turn face. So, the tag team match with her and Charlotte and Io Sky, and the Damage Control, a nice little match that I enjoyed on SmackDown. I always like when they highlight the women. Especially, there's a lot of talent in that ring when you got Charlotte, Bianca, and Bayley with.
And nice to see Dakota.
Yeah,
absolutely. I always thought if she did turn like on Charlotte or whoever, it would feel like the Becky moment. It's like she deserved to be turned on. You deserve to be cheered, and you finally deserve to get a heel run. But it'd be more of a face run, if anything. Like the man Becky Lynch, like. She was supposed to be heel. She was doing heel things, had more aggressiveness, but she was getting cheered.
Yeah, but I think with Becky, it was just kind of natural. I don't think that's what they were shooting for. I just think organic. She was like in that Steve Austin type tweener role.
Right.
She was a bad guy, but like I said, everybody cheered for her. So I think we can get that with Bianca too. It would just be very tough for Bianca to get booed. It'd be
it's like the John Cena treatment. Like, how do you really turn a guy who's like, the biggest dude in Make-A-Wish and all the kids love him and you're selling so much merchandise? Like, how do you really turn him heel? Like, and he even danced around it in some of his promos. Like, he was talking to The Rock. He goes, you want me to do a dance off? Maybe a little heel turn? Like, he played into it a lot. But, all right, so this is going to take a big portion of this episode. let's dive right into the top 5 moments of WWE or wrestling history. Any promotion, right? So let's go in a circle. We'll have third man start, and we'll go counterclockwise. Give me one.
Okay.
Guess we're next.
Well, I'm gonna go.
You're
with
next.
the,
Yeah, you're next.
And seeing that I'm the third man.
Oh.
Okay, I think we're gonna start off with who is the third man.
All right.
And that's the Hulkster.
All right.
That's to be the third man for the NWO.
That was number 1 on my list.
You know,
wow.
I think that,
definitely it wasn't top 5. I was just writing things down. I didn't have no particular order, but definitely it's up there with my youngest memories as a wrestling fan. I was born in '92. That happened in '96. Like me and my dad had just started watching WCW together when that happened, and it was such a big surprise because like we all knew him as this big babyface in WWE, and then he comes to WCW and had a lackluster babyface run, and that turn was so needed. It changed wrestling for real.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely. I've never seen it where we're actually throwing trash and beer and everything into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I read some stuff where they actually had to get escorted out of that building just because they were afraid that people were going to riot. So,
did we all watch it live? Did you all watch it live when that happened?
I did watch
first time.
I did, yeah. Like I said, that was my first time. Me and my dad started watching wrestling together. Like he got me into wrestling originally, so like, yeah, it keeps a memory in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying, one of those first moments, at least WCW wise. Now WWE moments, the first moments of that are all over the place.
Because when I watched that live, I knew Hogan was such a baby face that when he came out, in my head, I'm like, well, why are they doing 4-on-2? Who's the third guy?
Right.
Because you never would have expected Hulk Hogan to drop those leg drops on.
I thought he was coming to help Randy because I knew they had history.
That's his boy. Yeah.
I was like, he coming to save Randy Savage. Oh snap! Leg drop.
Yeah.
I think also Bobby the Brain Heenan kind of spoiled it.
I knew it.
Who's the third man? Is he the third man?
Right.
But Heenan hated.
What are you talking about?
He was. I knew it. I knew it the whole time. He's dirty. Like, rest in peace, Bobby Heenan. Casey and LP, you each get a moment here.
Oh, both of us get a moment.
Yeah, two individuals.
You can take that one. I'll pick another one.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it up and say one of my top moments was Brock breaking the streak.
Okay.
Oh
Brock breaking the streak was something that I feel like the world never saw coming. You thought that Undertaker personally was gonna just go off into the sunset, retire undefeated at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And for Brock to break it, it was like, bro, like at this point, and you're still wrestling, that was the only thing really that was upholding your career. That you had over everything else. Like, yeah, you're dead man, all that other good stuff, but your streak, 20 years straight of you just beating folks up at WrestleMania, and for you to lose to Brock Lesnar, I was like, damn. Even folks that didn't even know, like, folks that didn't even watch wrestling on a regular, that was throwing them off. Like, Undertaker lost. Like, it was on ESPN. Like, come on, like, the world was shocked. So I feel like for more than anything else, that really just put people in motion. Like, I can't believe WWE actually wrote Undertaker off.
So I was at my buddy's house watching Mania that year, and I do remember the match being very lackluster. So I was laying down. As soon as the referee's hand hit 3, I got up out of the couch so quickly. I'm like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
What the heck just happened? Did that just happen? And then you hear Heyman going, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" And then you see that nerdy black guy with the
in his mouth like this.
Shout out to Black Wrestling Fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that. We were at my buddy Arthur's house, and me and April, my wife, and we were there watching. And as soon as, and I'm like, "There's no way Brock wins here. There's just zero way." And when the referee's hand hit 3, you've never heard a stadium so quiet.
Oh my god!
That you can actually hear Paul Heyman talking in the ring, right? And then we had to pause it. I didn't watch the rest of it live. I went outside. I'm like, I need a moment. This is crazy. Like, I cannot believe what I just saw. Yeah, but in hindsight, there's no other person I think that could have done that.
Yeah,
Brock was the guy, and to make a moment like that, he could absorb that heel, the heel moments of talking about breaking that streak. But that's a good pick, LP, for sure. So, Casey, you're up.
Oh man, that's some of the moments I want to choose from. I just thought of like 3 of them in a row. I guess I'll go with the birth of Austin 316.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to say Mae Young's hand.
Yeah.
You talking Mark Henry, baby?
Yeah.
I'm dead. Sexual chocolate. But yeah, man, birth of Austin 316 at the Royal Rumble. Remember Royal Rumble, the King of the Ring. Is considered maybe the start of the Attitude Era. Of course, you can probably go with, Hogan joining the NWO and maybe Brett versus Austin, but this turning of the leaf of Steve Austin definitely changed the game for wrestling altogether. He became the biggest star ever in wrestling, considered the GOAT. But yeah, man, that new life of that gimmick for Austin saved his career, man, because him being, the ring master didn't work for him, or whatever it's called, Matty Ice, or Ice Cold, Austin, whatever.
Steve Austin.
Not that one, the other one that Steve.
Ringmaster.
Ringmaster was the other one Vince that came up with. It was something stupid like Ice Cream Man, Austin, or some shit. Whatever he was trying to come up with for Austin.
Ice Dagger, Fame McFrost.
That's what it is. Yep.
Otto Von Ruthless.
Glacier.
All those wasn't working for him. And it's just like finally that changed the game for Austin. And you know what I'm saying? Ever since then, people.
I think it's his wife at the time that actually came up with Stone Cold. His wife at the time.
Was it Deborah? I know.
No. It was before Deborah. She was British, so she's like, "You better drink your tea before we get Stone Cold." That's your name.
Oh yeah. I remember talking about it. But yeah, man, that definitely changed the game for wrestling and for his career too. Yeah. We wouldn't have gotten that without that moment with them cutting that promo. All 316 just say I kicked your ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. 316. I know it's supposed to be associated with the Bible, but me as a wrestling fan kind of associated with Steve Austin. Yeah. I definitely say that moment.
And still to this day, the highest selling shirt ever.
Exactly. To this day, man, it would never say like people probably buy it every day, like in this day and age, like it's brand new, like Jordans. Yeah.
Now I'll talk about my moment while the third man. I guess he's on lunch break now. Now he's taking lunch breaks. You see that?
PTO.
Yeah. So I always go through the list because I want to try to get Matt. So if the first one on his list was the Hogan debut, I'm gonna go with CM Punk's pipe bomb.
It's only
when he drops that pipe bomb.
That was number 3 on my list. Oh man!
When he drops that pipe bomb, third man, I let everyone know that you took your lunch break. First you're on PTO, now you got to take lunch breaks around here. But I'm just kidding. But
difficult. Sorry about that.
You're good.
No, you're good. My number 1 is CM Punk's pipe bomb. So when he sat down, John, I want you to be as uncomfortable as you possibly can in that ring, because I got a lot of stuff to get off my chest. I'm like, okay, it's at work. But then he started breaking fourth walls, talking about Colt Cabana.
It made everyone uncomfortable.
And John Cena's laying there holding his stomach like, what the hell's going on? Like, but when he cuts that pipe bomb, that changed. I think that changed how people saw like backstage politics too, because someone's actually bringing it up on TV. That's how you get moments like MJF when he goes off on Tony Khan. And all these moments, it stems from that, right? So that pipe bomb, when that happened, I watched that over and over again. I'm like, that is crazy.
Shit, I still watch it.
Saying stuff we were feeling. It was like, get out of my head, bro. Like, You can't be saying this on TV. This is your job. Let me as a fan talk about it for you.
Yeah. And then when he says, I could talk to my buddies over in Ring of Honor, and then he says something else, and he goes, "Hi, Miss. What do you say?
Cocamana, how are you?
Cocamana, how are you?
How you doing?"
Yeah. And then when he drops, like, the only better
He's
thing
not
you are than
that much
Rock.
anymore these days, though.
Yeah. And then that sets the whole thing. So it's going to kind of spider web. I'm not taking everyone's moments, but that pipe bomb leads into CM Punk leaving with the title at Money in the Bank. That's just like, dude, this whole story, I'm like, what is going on? Did he really leave with that title? Like,
right.
And then he comes
back.
Yeah. And he comes back, to Cult of Personality. That's my whole favorite, like, couple months of
Summer of Punk.
Yep. So that is my number one MVP.
Okay, I gotta look through my list here, shuffle around some, because what I have number 2 is not what I want to. So I'm gonna have to go with the Montreal Screwjob.
Ooh, that's tough.
Nice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Scratch that one on my list.
So Bret Hart, he's leaving WWE or WWF because Vince McMahon can't afford to pay him anymore. So he has a tentative agreement with WCW, so he's out the door. But he's voicing displeasure in losing the title in Canada. He wants to retain it, and
until the next night at Raw, right?
Until the next night at Raw, and then drop it to Shawn Michaels and something. I don't know what he had planned, but secretly behind the scenes, Vince McMahon knows, hey, that can't happen here because you're out the door. We got to do whatever we can to get this thing off you, and kick you out the door. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. So they did the only thing they had to do, and from a business standpoint, everyone should understand that it's a business, and they had to do that. But it single-handedly created Mr. McMahon, the character.
But it also, there was alternatives, because even Taker said he would have dropped it to me. Just change the main event to me.
Right.
He respected me. He didn't respect Shawn. So he's not going to lose. If he's going to lose in Canada, it ain't to Shawn Michaels. He's going to lose to Taker or someone with some dignity in that locker room.
But at the time, Shawn was the man.
I get it. But then Taker said, I would have dropped the title the next night to Shawn.
But Shawn even
I will be that transition, right?
Shawn even said back then he was an asshole. He was like, nobody in the locker room liked him. He was like, if he could go back.
Sonny.
Yeah. Sonny was the only person that was a big fan.
She like everybody.
No, not like she liked Shawn. He gave Shawn a mic check. So
I think she was getting everybody a rub back then.
No, he definitely gave her best promo with Shawn.
Speaking of that, you know she trial for what?
Yeah.
This bitch drunk.
She drove on a suspended license and ended up. Yeah,
so she definitely should create a faction with her, Jimmy Uso, and Jeff Hardy. That would be great. We should call that Crash and Burn. But
oh my God.
3-minute warning. You got 3 minutes to get this wheel.
Walk the fine line. That's that.
Jesus, take the wheel.
They're going to call them breathalyzer. Boom!
I'm dead.
Oh, we lost Lucky.
Lucky. So who turned it now?
I guess the third was back on the third man.
The third man is your turn.
Not me. Back on me while we're waiting back for Lucky. So I'm going to go with the irresistible force. The immovable object. I'm gonna go with Hogan versus Andre, WrestleMania 3.
Did I not tell you?
So Hogan Andre WrestleMania 3. Vince McMahon buys the company from his dad, puts on the first WrestleMania, which was awesome. Had Mr. T and Hogan against Roddy Piper, which was wonderful. So that was great. But this Hogan versus Andre really put WWE and just wrestling.
Yeah.
Professional wrestling just on the map and in a global atmosphere. I remember reading some stuff. My dad actually said that he actually went and watched that in a movie theater when they had it in closed circuit TV back in the day, and he actually went and he actually watched it at a sold out movie theater in Chicago.
That's how you had to do it back then.
Yeah, and you look at the match, right, and it's really not a 5-star match at all, right?
No, not at all.
Then on his last legs,
yeah, he barely got through that match from what I read.
And but it was just a spectacle, just to see those two guys. And I even go back and watch the match now, and you see like all the flash bulbs and the lights that are just going on through that match. So I think we don't have WWE, and it's not where it is right now if we don't have that moment. So
no, not at all.
Andre versus Hogan, WrestleMania 3 is gonna be
welcome back.
I'm hoping to God this stream kept recording because my whole shit froze and all you guys froze.
It looked like it's recording still.
We're still talking.
Yeah,
it says recording 36 minutes. We're good. What did I miss?
You missed you missed the slam on Andre the Giant at WrestleMania.
Okay. Good.
Hogan Andre, WrestleMania 3.
Bro, when you said the Irresistible Force, I thought she was gonna bring up Randy Orton, RKO, and Nia Jax.
No, that's the original Irresistible Force.
I know, but they call Nia Jax that too. And so my first thought was hugging RKO.
Yeah, he's completely gone.
But yeah, that's definitely on my list. I also put Andre's heel turn. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
There you go.
When he cut open Hogan, when he tried to rip his shirt off.
Yeah, and he ripped his gold chain off.
Gold chain, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
was really emotional.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is that build. I like how you bring that up because that build was classic. Because it actually, as big as Andre was, everybody loved him. Everybody loved Andre. So that was it in Piper's Pit? If I'm not mistaken,
it was.
Yeah.
It's so funny that it happened at Piper's Pit. Hogan's history with Piper. They hate each other. So it was kind of ironic he got the laugh at Hogan in that moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whose turn is it? I'm the host, and I don't even know what happened in my absence.
LP's turn.
I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead.
Well, since my guy stole my moment last time around, he was talking about birth of things. I will take back off of him and talk about the birth of the Tribal Chief.
Okay.
I will say when Roman Reigns returned from remission from leukemia, there was the official start of the birth of the Tribal Chief. When he came at SummerSlam during the Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman match and had the shirt wreck everything, everyone and leave, I really think that just catapulted his, prestige and his gimmick all the way out of here. Because before that whole situation happened, I was over Roman. He'll tell you, I was not a huge fan of Roman simply because of the writing, the creative writing, how WWE you obviously saw them pushing him too much. And so I was completely over Roman. I was like, he's not convincing. His promo skills is whack. He got, very little arsenal. But with this Tribal Chief birth, I became a fan again. So I really think, and I hate that it took him to go through leukemia for his gimmick to get better. I know that wasn't it wasn't planned. Of course it wasn't planned.
Right.
Because if you go back and do your research, he dealt with it doing football as well, even before wrestling. So leukemia is not something new to his life.
Yeah.
But that remission and him coming back and him doing his thing and linking with Paul Heyman, which further, expanded into the bloodline situation. I heard Lucky refer to that earlier. So the whole bloodline thing would not be a huge success now had it not been for him going through remission and coming back and becoming the Tribal Chief. So that's my moment right there.
It's good. And these two know I'll jump all over that because I am a mark for the Bloodline story. Huge. And when he came back, just that partnership with Heyman, everything was perfect about it.
Hey,
and then
he came back with new teeth.
But
he did come back with
he
new
got on
teeth.
veneers.
Yep, he got the veneers.
He came back with the extra large teeth. Like
Yeah.
I think it came from 3X. He went from like the trident gum teeth to the 3X.
The chiclets.
The piano keys.
He really did. Like that was
Piano
like the
keys.
chalkboard teeth. I got you.
But I always say that bad period of going through, Roman getting booed and us not liking him like that, and
getting bodied by Cena on the mic.
Right. Cena destroyed him on the mic.
Destroyed him.
He had a second good go around with Cena though.
It makes us appreciate the tribal chief even more. Like we're proud of him, that tribal chief. We will look back and like, oh man, he was bad, but like now that he's good and one of the greatest of all time, we appreciate what happened back then. Like it had to happen so we get to where we are now.
Those are his hard times.
I'm glad that y'all referred to the whole Cena situation because if you notice, everybody that Cena has buried promo wise, that's only made them greater except for one wrestler, and Austin Theory.
I'm about to say Theory.
Cena came out there and chewed that man alive. He said, regardless of whether you win or lose, you still lose because you're gonna come back. You have to do it by yourself the next night, and he proved the next night, even though he beat Cena, he was still trash on the mic, and there was no elevation in his career.
No.
Hence the reason why they stripped him of the title and gave it to Rey Mysterio. Because I'm like, bro, Theory is no Theory anymore. It's obviously the Theory is the trash. So I don't see him being with WWE too long. AEW,
Yeah, good for him. We don't like Austin Theory. No, I don't anyway. But
give us MJF. I can have
him.
You can have
definitely do a trade for MJF.
All right, KC, you're up. Number 2.
We talking about championships and stuff of that matter. Ric Flair coming over with the WCW title, and then eventually winning the '92 Royal Rumble, which was for the WWE title.
Yeah,
that whole combination, man.
The real heavyweight champion.
Right. Yeah. He came in and said he's the #1 champion, and then proved it in the Royal Rumble by starting number 3 and winning at the end. Like it was truly destined for him to be the greatest champion of all time. He still holds the record for the most championships. Him and Cena, obviously, but it speaks to who he was. He was the man. Like he backed up what he said.
And I said this on last week's episode that we finally have CM Punk. Someone is doing this storyline again. The real world's heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when he
never lost it.
Yeah, why haven't we seen this earlier?
That's all I'm confused about. I was like, when he returned, like that should have been the first thing. Like it should have been no other match or no other talk about. Yeah. He is the world champion. If you're gonna take the bet off him because of the media strong and all that, at least put it back on him, or at least have him feud with MJF or something, to make us believe that he's the champion or isn't the champion.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, with Ric Flair, it just felt like his moment. Him coming from WCW with his not being happy with them and them mad that he appeared on WWE programming with that title and then eventually giving it back or whatever. And then him winning in 92 Royal Rumble. And like Bobby Heenan, he did not. At first, it felt like he did not want Ric Flair to win. And then toward the end, it felt like he was dick riding Ric Flair toward the end. It's like, oh yeah, go Flair. Like he was rooting for him to win. And then when Sia came out and eliminated Hogan or whatever, and they hold a fight, it just felt like it was destined for him. Every moment felt like it was destined for Ric Flair that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Was this the with a tear in my eye promo?
Yes, at the very end, a tear in my eye.
Okay.
My favorite part of that Royal Rumble. Oh, go ahead, third man.
With the beautiful black and white butterfly robe.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that was a classic robe.
He did. My favorite part is when he eliminates someone and he's the only one in the ring. and he like pulls up his trunks and he does the flop because he's so tired. That's my favorite thing with Flair. But it looks like we're back to me. Let's go with. I'm gonna go with this one. I believe the year's 1997. Kane debuts in that Hell in a Cell match.
It's gotta be Kane. Yeah. It's gotta be Kane.
But you have Taker, who's like a big monster, right?
Yeah.
And he's fighting Shawn Michaels, and you see this new monster come out, rip the cage door off, and he plants Taker like he's nothing. And you're just like, wow, who is this? Like that whole debut is definitely got to be on these moments. That was a crazy scenario, and they built it up nice. Like you have this brother, and you have this brother, and he doesn't believe it, and then he shows up, and the look on Taker's face, he sold it like, oh my God, like he's here. And then just gets whooped, dropped with a tombstone, and Kane leaves. That's crazy.
What makes that moment so much better is the fact that Kane stuck around. Like that moment and that gimmick felt like a one-off shoot. Like here's Kane, here's Undertaker's brother. You deep into his life, you deep into his story. Let's bring out his brother Kane. And then when he stayed around, it was just like, oh shit, he can go. He is actually a gimmick that can fit in any era. He has lasted the test of the time. Like he was in Money in Bank matches doing great things. Like bro, like that type of big man was not supposed to be in matches like that. He wasn't supposed to last 20 years.
Yeah, with the millions of Canaanites right behind him.
That was an amazing promo.
Yeah.
Right.
For him to come out and just completely switch gears with what we knew to doing it with The Rock and Hogan, I'm like, bro, where did that come from?
And millions
of Canaanites? Like, what? By the way, did anybody know that there was a blue Kane out there in the world?
Yeah,
I've seen the indie dude,
Blue Kane. Yep.
He came back recently, by the way.
When did this happen? I know they had different Kane.
I think he comes out with ice.
It gotta be Jane.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Jane.
It's gotta be Dr. Isaac Yankum.
All right, it just shows Kane longevity and you know what I'm saying, how much people respect him. Like he has a very underrated career. Like he got some accolades out there. He Triple Crown, Grand Slam, all kind of stuff, man.
And now he's the man.
Yep.
Setting the world on fire.
He's a mayor.
Setting Tennessee on fire.
MVP, you're up.
Okay, before any of y'all take this, it's 2002 in Chicago on SmackDown. Kurt Angle's in the ring. He goes, what quality do you possess that makes you think you can come into the ring and face the very best in the business? Ruthless aggression and John Cena's debut.
Red Trunk Cena.
Red Trunk Cena. And I think even more than Vince McMahon seeing ruthless aggression, this started off the ruthless aggression era. John Cena.
For
there
sure.
You go. Yeah, that's a good one, Matt. Third man.
Ruthless aggression, Cena. That's a good one. That is a good one. I'll give you some on that, MVP. All right, well, I'm going to go with something else that I just could never forget. I don't think any of us can ever forget. Hell in the Cell, Undertaker versus Mankind.
Okay.
Mankind getting thrown off the top of that cell and landing on that announce table, and just everything after that match, the thumbtacks, the getting poke slammed through the top of the cell. Just
heard that wasn't supposed to happen either.
Yeah, it was not supposed to happen, and just an amazing just moment in my opinion, something I will never forget. And I just think it just set the tone. The first Hell in the Cell with Shawn and Taker was great, but I think Mankind versus Taker in the Hell in the Cell just took it to another level.
Yeah.
So,
it's definitely more iconic.
Just an iconic
Mm-hmm.
and really put Mankind on the map. Really took him to the next level. and even became a world champion after that. So that's going to be my third one.
Nice.
Third one for the third guy.
LP, we're up to you.
Oh, it's back on me already.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ooh, let's see. Let me go through here. You know what? I'm just gonna take the easy route and go ahead and say WrestleMania 31 cash in. Seth Rollins.
The heist of the century. Yes.
The heist of the century.
Okay.
Forever. Except I am a huge, and he'll tell you, Seth Rollins is my guy. He never lets me down. That man is forever entertaining. Every gimmick he's had thus far has been a success. Every gimmick, from him and the Shield to basically like the corporate Seth Rollins, the authority Seth Rollins, and then you had the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. Like every gimmick he has is a success. And he has told the company on his back.
Yeah.
Like, he's told it that. And even when they was in the midst of, I mentioned earlier about how they was pushing Roman, I still feel like in the midst of them trying to push Roman, people were still respecting and wanting Seth to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, like it's still a battle between Tribal Chief and Seth freaking Rollins, because that's the reason why he has the title right now.
Mm.
He was respected and didn't have the title for what, like 4 years? 4 years?
Not the war title.
Yeah, and so it was like, bro, come on now. He deserves to be the face of a brand. We're not going to send him down to NXT. He can't be on SmackDown with Roman. We can't keep, swapping Roman back and forth to Raw and SmackDown. So let's give Raw their own title with Seth on there. So him cashing that in was one of the highlights of his moments of his career.
It definitely started a legendary run. A month later he beat John Cena for the U.S. Championship with a little help from Jon Stewart, but he became the double champ, U.S. champ, and world champ at the same time. So yeah, it definitely catapulted his career for sure.
Which led to a good night of champions ready to defend both titles with Cena and Sting, and then he obliterates Sting's back by mistake. But that's another topic. Casey, we're on to you. Number 3.
Now you make me want to go to Sting returning in Survivor Series.
Oh, it was a good return.
I wasn't even going to say that. I was going a whole total different direction. I guess we got to talk about it.
He took my moment, by the way. I just want to,
All right.
Well, yeah, Survivor Series, 2015?
Yep.
Survivor Series 2015, Sting returning to WWE after, weeks of him, playing the games with the Jumbotron and cutting lights out and the crows or whatever. He finally returned and gave a Scorpion Death Drop to Triple H and helped Dolph be the sole survivor of Survivor Series. That whole match itself, man, really. Big Show turning on Team Cena. John Cena getting eliminated really early. Like, it felt like there was no hope for Team Cena, and then that happened.
But yeah, I just was literally in my head. I was going to bring this up till you did. The moment in that match for me, and Sting is an all-time favorite, especially of MVPs for sure.
Right.
As great as that return was, the moment was Dolph Ziggler's performance.
Thank you. That's the reason
that was amazing.
We are diehard Dolph fans, man. He put me on. I ain't like he put me on Dolph. I wasn't sold at first with the HBK wannabe, but because Shawn Michaels is my favorite of all time. Because I didn't believe him at first, but Dolph is the man. He's the ultimate seller. Can hang with anybody, but yeah, that was definitely Dolph's moment.
I must say that this loyalty that I faced tonight on this episode, he had those 2 moments that I had that you didn't even have on the script. This man is a thief.
I'm sorry, I wrote that one with brainstorming.
It don't matter. I said it.
So you want me to go on my original idea?
Lucky, I appreciate you because you know what I'm saying. You really just helped him improve that thought that he didn't have in the first place. Thank you, man.
It was on the list, so I was gonna talk about it anyway. wasn't gonna say it at the moment. I was going, like I said, a totally different direction. I was gonna feed off the, the Arrows moment, going from ruthless aggression. I was gonna go to the new era, but it's cool.
I'm just reevaluating our friendship.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you guys with this one right here. I guarantee none of you have put this on your list. Okay. I would almost guarantee it. This is a deep cut right here. It's not a moment in a match or anything. It was a segment.
Okay,
on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, I'm on it. All right, I don't got it. I probably don't got it.
This is your life. Mankind and The Rock. When he said, I'm here to celebrate the greatest partner of all time, The Rock. And here's your third grade teacher, and here's a clown, and here's your, what is it? His ex-girlfriend. And then The Rock's like, oh yeah, you look good. You like poontang? Well, poontang your ass out of here. The Rock don't want none. This is the way that whole segment. It was like a half hour of just gold.
Yeah, it was the clown for me.
The best part of the whole thing is the end. The best part is the end when he's like, The Rock's birthday is May 1st. You dumb son of a bitch. Not even his birthday. So this is your life promo. Okay. I gotta go with that. That was just gold, like a half hour.
And then they tried it again with Alexa Bliss and Bayley.
Yeah.
Epic fail.
Yeah.
And then what was it? Bobby Lashley and who was that doing? They brought his girlfriends or sisters on set.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley was Sami Zayn.
I forget, but
I think it was Sami Zayn.
Yeah, and then brought his sisters.
Yeah, his mom and shit.
Yeah, that's funny.
MVP, we're on to you to round out the number threes.
I'm gonna go 2010. Nexus destroying Raw.
Wow.
The
Nexus. The Nexus destroying Raw.
We walk alone in the unknown. Their entrance music was banging, by the way. Yes. But keep going, MVP.
So you have John Cena versus a Straight Edge Society with a mask, CM Punk. And then all of a sudden you see Wade Barrett. And then you see the other 6 guys of Nexus, or of the NXT guys, back when NXT was just a contest.
Right, game show.
And then they just wreak havoc on Raw. They're beating down both guys. They're beating down the Straight Edge Society. They're beating down Justin Roberts. Daniel Bryan's choking him with his tie. Yep. They're destroying the ring. They're destroying the outside set. And this is another moment where I'm just on my couch, and then I get up. What is happening here?
Yeah.
Is this Michael Cole's getting attacked? It's just utter, complete chaos.
They were fucking shit up.
Yeah. I like that moment too. It's a good one.
So many stars in that next that just turned out to be superstars.
Yeah, my favorite version of Wade Barrett, by the way. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Barrett. Yep.
You got third man around you.
Husky Harris. You got Sheffield, Ryback, Heath Slater.
Heath Slater, the Wendy's guy.
I got kids.
Third man, number 4.
I can't remember exactly what WrestleMania it is, but I've never seen two guys control a crowd without even.
Oh yes,
don't do it.
No, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Icon versus icon.
Okay.
Hogan versus The Rock.
All right.
That
yes.
Till this day. I know everybody talks about Stone Cold Pop and everything like that. To this day, I've never seen an arena going crazy over guys looking at each other.
Yeah.
And just streaming, just paneling the audience back and forth to where they're booing one guy and cheering the other, and then the crowd flips.
Yep.
And they're booing the next guy and cheering the other, and by the end, both of them are being cheered. That match, that moment, just iconic, and to have Rock versus Hollywood Hogan with the black beard and the best boots probably ever in the business.
Yep.
Yeah, them lightning boots.
Yeah, I just something I'll never forget. I watched that live with my dad and my uncle. We had pizza. We were in the basement of basement in Francisco in Chicago. I'll never forget it. And yeah, that's me my number 4.
Heard that face turn wasn't even supposed to happen either.
It wasn't supposed to happen. Exactly. It just
see a trend. All the top moments were not supposed to happen.
Not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Something I'll never forget.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do hate you because that's gonna be my final one, and that's gonna be whatever, dude. LP, we're on you, number 4.
I call this moment the return of extreme alcohol. When the Hardy Boys returned at WrestleMania 35.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy,
bro. I would never forget, bro. Go ahead, say what you guys said. Them too.
It was.
He turned into this. Point to the bottle.
It was a drunken moment for me. I was like, people that you didn't even know watch wrestling was like, the Hardy Boys are back. To see them come out, and I'm like, bro, it took me back to like early 2000s when everybody had the sleeves and the face paint, and everybody was jumping off the beds, and like literally, I'm like, bro, Jeff is back. I didn't even really care about Matt, but
Jeff is back.
Jeff is back. I hate to say it like that, but
I understand, bro.
Now at the time,
in 2009, everybody's favorite wrestler was Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
2008, 2009, everybody's favorite was Jeff Hardy.
But I will say, by the time they returned, Matt had created the whole deletion gimmick, the Golden Matt gimmick.
Hardy,
so that kind of put him over the edge, or at least put him halfway there to be excited to see both of them back. But it was still okay. Jeff is in here, and he's doing it. He's finna go to the ring. Somebody's finna get swan time bomb real quick. So
that match itself was pretty chaos, though.
It was, because that was back when the bar was lit.
Yes.
Who was in that match?
The bar, OC, and Enzo and Cass.
And then you thought the New Day was going to be the 4th team, but then they just were out there too.
Oh no, they were hosting WrestleMania. I knew they were going to be in.
They were hosting Mania, so and then
they returned very well. It was no rumors. It was nothing said. Nothing. It was just, oh my God, the Hardy Boys are back.
Well,
I was at his house watching this shit, and we went crazy.
The Hardy Boys are doing like a world tour. I do believe
they actually dropped the titles. They had a couple championship titles, and
they were.
Oh, they were always champion. Yeah, they lost to the Bucks, right?
It was the Gold Rush. It was the Gold Rush tour, something like that.
Yeah,
they were on the tour, like going around to every promotion, winning titles.
Right.
Yeah,
but it never felt like it was too announced. Like kind of like what Cody did. WWE did with Cody. It was like, oh, Cody's coming back. It was no advertisement. It wasn't no Twitter feeds going off about it. It was just, oh my God, the Hardys are back in WWE. I wasn't expecting them, me personally. I guess I wasn't a big indie fan at that moment to know that they were on tour. I am now, but back then I don't think I was on that type of.
No, I definitely followed them when they ended their moment with Impact. I was like, yeah, they're definitely coming back to WWE. So, because it was told that they were going to come back, win the titles for the last time, and they was going to retire into the sunset. Clearly, we all know what happened. Somebody gave Jeff too much apple juice, and that's what happened. So,
slid out of the ring and just quit the match.
He said, "I need some more apple juice."
So now I'm curious which moment KC is going to steal from LP.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with something original. Since you didn't plug my memory. But Dean taking the WWE title to SmackDown in 2016. It's not a big moment to a lot of people, but it is to me. Honestly, I'm a big fan of the brand split, and it felt like that brand split was going in the right direction. SmackDown had new life. Dean wasn't no ideal champion. He didn't look like a WWE champion. He wasn't the guy you would put as the face of the company. And so, like, it was very surprising it being him, being the person that led us into the new era. I know Seth had the title going into Battleground.
Yeah.
Yeah, going into Battleground, and then Money in the Bank was around the corner, and Dean cashed in the same night he won it.
Yep.
And the draft happened, and then they had a match on Raw, SmackDown, I can't remember, and Dean left with the title. It was just like, one of those moments was like, okay, anything could really happen. Like SmackDown is truly the home of opportunities, the place of opportunities. Anybody can get a shot. Even Dean Ambrose, even Carmella. Like SmackDown had a lot of people that wasn't just champion that became main eventers, became stars. In that moment, it kind of turned a new leaf for WWE because it was kind of getting a little stale. The people there was always going over. But you couldn't lean on John Cena no more. You couldn't lean on Batista no more. You had to literally correct new champions, and SmackDown did that. So
yeah, no, for sure. All right, you see the hat, y'all, right? You see the hat.
Another Shawn Michaels.
I gotta get close.
Another Shawn Michaels moment.
So Michaels, your turn.
Nope. One of the most heartbreaking moments in wrestling history.
He lost his smile.
No. I'm sorry. I love you.
Oh,
Super kicks Ric Flair to end his career.
Yeah, we got it on the list too.
That right there is one of the biggest moments for Ric Flair's career. But Shawn Michaels, he sells that moment so well that like he don't want to do it. But Ric Flair's just that fighting warrior. Come on, give it to me. And he's like, I'm sorry, I love you. And pops that sweet chin music. And when he pins him 1, 2, 3, and then just grabs him and holds him. What the hell's going on here? And then he just grabs him and holds him. Man, that was.
I was really hoping that was the end of Ric Flair's career. That would have been a perfect ending, but he had to be greedy and go to TNA and do his last match and die 3 times during the match.
I'm turning.
Like, come on, bro.
The hat.
He had the perfect fairy tale ending. You and Shawn Michaels, the guy you mentored, and you want to go mess it up by going to TNA and doing your own thing and coming back and wrestling 10 times like Bret Favre.
And he needed more money, so he sold that watch that Shawn Michaels gave him too.
Crackhead.
The retirement watch.
That's a
crackhead shit. So, all right. Yeah, that's my moment. MVP, we're going to you.
So, number 4. I'm going with WWE buys WCW.
Oh, nice.
And we get the simulcast. WCW's final Nitro is in Panama Beach, Florida.
Booker T last champion.
Yes.
Versus Flair.
Sting versus Flair on the last Nitro.
Yep.
Which that is the main event that should have main evented that show.
Yep, absolutely. Booker T walks out of that as double champion with the WCW heavyweight title and the U.S. championship.
Well deserved.
Yep, and then you have Vince McMahon on Monday Night Raw saying, I bought my competition. No. Shane McMahon to Florida says, nope, I bought WCW.
He said the contract does say McMahon.
Yes.
But it says Shane McMahon. Oof. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was good.
So,
what's y'all true feelings on the invasion? I think it could have been a lot better.
It was done poorly.
Well,
okay.
But it was done poorly because you didn't have contract rights to the big stars that had to come over. You couldn't get a Sting. You couldn't get these big stars.
NWO and Goldberg. Yeah.
And the people that would have packed a punch already came over. Chris Jericho and the Radicals, Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. All these people already came over, so it's like, who's left?
And then if you're those stars,
Glacier,
do you blame them?
We had the power plant guys, pretty much. We had.
But you can't blame the big stars. They were getting paid fat guaranteed money just to stay home.
Yeah.
They weren't going to take that pay cut.
Yeah. So on 2K19 wrestling, I did a universe mode where the WCW guys, the big top stars, came over doing the invasion. The Stings, the Jeff Jarrett's, the NWO, Goldberg. Oh yeah, man. I had to make that happen. It just felt like it could have been so much better if they would have came over.
Yeah.
It would feel like a true invasion, like WCW is actually a threat. And then the people we got, it was just like, oh, we got DDP, we got Booker T, and that's about it.
Yeah. Perry Saturn and Eddie Guerrero.
And then I think
they were already gone.
I think their plan was to actually have a WCW show, but they got all the B and C squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The rejects, the Sean Stasiaks and
Chuck Palumbo, Sean O'Hare, Average Mike Sanders.
Did, we're on you, MVP.
No,
number 4.
That was mine.
Oh, that was yours. Okay, so third man.
Number 5.
I had quite a few
number 5
to talk about, but I think this one is just a true moment for wrestling. I know everybody talks about, the main event of the women WrestleMania, but I believe the bigger moment was Bayley versus Sasha, main eventing NXT TakeOver.
Yep. The Iron Man match.
Iron Man, the Iron Woman match. Yep. I believe started the true woman's revolution. I was a huge NXT fan at the time. I do catch it now and again, but when Triple H was running the black and gold, it was just every takeover was better than next. Yep. And I just think that Iron Woman match just put women's wrestling just truly on the map.
Oh yeah.
I still watch that match. That match is great.
That match was match of the year. That for a woman's match to be match of the year was unheard of, and that match will hold up, I think, forever. In just wrestling, not women's wrestling, just men's wrestling, just pro wrestling. Great story. Sasha being the heel, Bayley being the face. Bayley finally overcoming Sasha. So that's gonna be my. That's gonna round up my number 5. Iron Woman NXT.
Here's the thing.
That's a great one.
Here's the thing. So you have the 4 horsewomen basically running run shop in NXT. I don't think you see that again because all of them at their core, they're really diehard wrestling fans. You see Bayley with she's a young girl. She's at John Cena autograph signing. You have Sasha Banks. Oh, I love Eddie Guerrero. I went to the show in Minneapolis, but he passed away. Oh no!
Right,
and, they're all wrestling fans at heart. Now they're just signing all these college athletes that can't go to the next level in their sport. Not saying that none of them are wrestling fans, but I don't think deep down in their core they're like real, genuine fan girls. So I don't think we see that again, at least for a while.
No, I think we got close towards the end of the Black and Gold brand with Bianca, Rhea, Shayna, and Asuka, but they were never cohesively on the same brand at the same time like those 4 girls were. But I feel like they're the closest thing to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying, though. Like you said, them bringing in college athletes who aren't going pro in their sport and, getting by just hire anybody. Like, they just signed, I think, a football player from Syracuse football team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He tried out at the SummerSlam. He just got signed a 3-year deal.
And then, they're still, they really haven't done anything with Gable Stevenson. And he won a gold medal.
I'm so mad about his debut at NXT, man. That was...
Yeah.
I had high hopes for him after that NXT Underground moment, and then they ruined it.
Yeah. LP, we're on you, number 5.
This is hard, but I don't even think I even mentioned it on here, so I won't have to worry about him stealing it. I'm going to go with Undertaker retiring HBK.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Great match.
That was
fantastic match.
Yes.
Actually, both matches with them, both WrestleManias was really like, it really did for me. On top of it, going further along, and Undertaker and Triple H's match that had him to what was it, the end of an era.
Yep.
So
The Hell in a Cell.
They walked out together.
Yeah, so all of those.
So
matches,
Michael was the specialist.
Yeah, he was the special referee. So those three moments for me were, and I know there's two different matches, but those moments for me were epic because just the chemistry, the dialogue between the two, like you saw the fire in Shawn Michaels' eyes, because I think Undertaker was in the Elimination Chamber, and Shawn popped up and like super kicked him to make him lose the title or something at that moment.
Yeah, because he wanted his rematch and Taker wouldn't give it to him.
So like that build up, and I think they had a moment in the Royal Rumble when Undertaker threw him over the top rope, and so it's like all of those moments on those highlighted pay-per-views leading up to the WrestleMania, to him losing, and you seeing Shawn like fighting for his life, like, bro, I got to beat you. I got to prove that everything you said I wasn't in these promos that I am, because I'm still Mr. WrestleMania. But you're facing the guy that's never lost at WrestleMania.
Right.
So
you can't.
You can't. It's like, which one is better? And we found out which one is better. So I honestly feel like that was one of the most epic moments in history for me. So that's my number 5 moment.
There you go.
Take it away, KC.
That was a good one.
Well, that's one of many Shawn Michaels moments, but I'm going to go with the moment that catapulted his career, his heel turn on Marty Jannetty at the barbershop.
Oh, so I'm so thankful I have backups. That was going to be my last one after he took the other one.
Yeah, but I just had to. He mentioned Shawn Michaels, and like I said before, he's my favorite of all time. I had to mention that moment that changed his career for the better. And it's like everyone's now looking at every tag team like, who's the Marty Jannetty? Like, we even got it with Street Profits. People feeling like Angelo Dawkins was the Marty Jannetty. Trick Williams was kind of doing it down in NXT. Mm-hmm. He's trying to prevent that, trying to be his own man. But yeah, everyone's trying to figure out who's the next Marty Jannetty because of that moment. And then for Shawn Michaels, him being the Heartbreak Kid and eventually becoming world champion and the man of God he was, later in his career when he returned. It's just that moment catapulted his career, and it made me a fan. Like, okay, this guy got next. I know Marty is a superstar of his own, but after that moment, you knew for a fact Shawn had to be the next superstar. And it came to a time period where WWE was trying to leave the golden era and usher in the new generation, and it was like, who's gonna be the new champ now? The steroid things coming out, and him and Brett was kind of the top star doing the new generation. And Razor Ramon too. That's another moment I had. I had the ladder match.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with this one, and I'll keep it brief so we can finish the top 5 here. But Steve Austin, you guys talk about the birth of the Stone Cold era with that promo. The birth of him being a tough son of a bitch is when he was bleeding in the submission match and doesn't tap out with Bret Hart.
13.
And that moment, you just see blood streaming down his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he is just not giving up. And he passes out. He doesn't tap out. He passes out. So that was like the first time on WWE TV where you saw someone bleeding that profusely. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh man, like, is someone going to stop this match, or like what's going on here? There's a pool of blood on the mat. But yeah, that's definitely my number 5. I got a couple honorable mentions, but I don't want to take any from MVP. So you go ahead, MVP.
Okay, Shockmaster. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to end it off with the Shockmaster, but no. I'll go, and this is, I saw this live as it happened. 5th grade was when this happened. Goldberg beating Hogan for the WCW title on Nitro at the Georgia Dome.
Oh yeah,
I watched it live in Alabama. We were down there visiting family in Alabama in a hotel, and that's where I watched that happen.
Man, and they announced it the Thursday before, so they only had that much time to sell this match, and they sold out that Georgia Dome. That thing was packed.
Yep. And then they threw trash in the ring.
Yep.
I still can't believe that. Can you imagine? They could have filled any stadium in the world.
Yeah.
If they would have said we're gonna have Hogan versus Goldberg for the title. Oh my God.
Imagine they put it on pay-per-view. How much money
Oh my God.
they would have made.
Yeah, they gave that away for free. They should have never done that, especially with Goldberg's streak.
Yeah.
It was a streak versus, Hogan. But the two honorable mentions I had, I didn't want to steal yours, but real fast, because I thought these deserved to be on here. When Cena lifted Big Show and Edge at WrestleMania 25, that show of strength, that was crazy. And then going off of what LP said, that Hell in a Cell match with Taker versus Triple H, the biggest moment for me is when you see the super kick turned into the pedigree, and then I jumped up off that couch. I'm like, this is it. This is the end of the streak. And he kicks out of that. That is bizarre.
Right.
But I felt that should be on there. That was a crazy moment. But
you want to know what my honorable mention was?
Yeah.
Stone Cold riding in the beer truck.
Zamboni or the beer truck?
The beer truck.
The beer truck. Coming in on the beer truck and then hitting the McMahons with all the beer. Oh.
Yeah, but what's better, that or the milk truck with Kurt Angle?
Milk truck, Kurt Angle.
Oh, both of those are good. Both
all right. No, that was good. That was definitely good dialogue. We had a lot of good moments there.
That was fun, man.
I want to switch gears. So to round out the episode, we always end an episode with a guess the pay-per-view. Now, LP and KC seem like big wrestling fans, so hopefully they can help you guys get the first one. But I basically read off the card, and you tell me what pay-per-view it is, from what year. So we're gonna go into it. The kickoff match was a WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak defeats Oney Lorcan to retain the title.
Oney Lorcan.
And then Buddy Murphy defeated Apollo Crews via DQ.
Okay.
And then another kick. There's 3 kickoff matches. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeat Iconics, Billy Kay, and Peyton Royce to win the title, or to retain the title.
So those titles were in play. So
like 2018.
Yeah, Cruiserweight Champion.
We get to the main card here. WWE Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defeats Natalya to retain the title.
Wow. So yeah, that's definitely 2018-19.
If you're ready for this, Goldberg defeats Dolph Ziggler.
This is SummerSlam 2018.
Come on. God. Oh, we are here.
Goldberg versus
SummerSlam 2018.
It can't be SummerSlam.
It got to be 2018, 2019.
I think Goldberg was Kevin Owens match, right?
What's that?
Goldberg versus Kevin Owens at SummerSlam? Or am I wrong? I may be wrong.
Well,
no, because I don't know, because Goldberg went into that Mania as champion, so sometime before that,
he beat Kevin Owens for the belt.
Okay,
because he had just won it in the Fatal 5-Way when Triple H turned on Seth.
He's going.
Hey, Lucky.
Yep.
So it got to be pay-per-view SummerSlam. It got to be SummerSlam of
2019.
2020.
2018.
Keep going, Lucky.
All right. Here, let's go the rest of the card. Let's go the rest of the card.
Okay.
WWE United States Championship. AJ Styles defeats Ricochet to retain the title.
What?
Okay, so we're definitely 2019. We're not in 18 no more.
That's why I said
we're
1920, bro.
I'm going to SummerSlam 2019.
WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley defeats Ember Moon to retain the title.
Okay.
SummerSlam 2019.
There's only a few more. Wait, what did you say?
SummerSlam 2019.
We're not done with the card, but it is SummerSlam 2019.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
But there was
and Goldberg.
Yeah, the Goldberg one
that sold it. We had the rest of that card was Kevin Owens defeated Shane McMahon. If Owen loses, he'll quit WWE. Charlotte Flair defeated Trish Stratus.
That's when Sami Zayn pulled.
Oh yeah,
off the table. Yeah.
Yep.
Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Stupid. Bray Wyatt defeated Finn Balor. And then Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar to win the Universal Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So look at that. We got our first one. It's only taken 13 episodes. But no, it's definitely nice having Casey and LP on. Definitely would like you guys on again. I thought this was good conversation and moment. So
thanks for the invite. Thank you for having us on.
Most definitely.
We'll definitely mention you guys on our brands in the future. Hope y'all continue to grow, and God bless y'all.
Yeah, God bless you guys too, man. It's all about helping us grow.
Casey, LP, let us know where we can find you, where we can find you guys.
You can find me on Facebook, Karan Twin Cadell, and all of the social media sites, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Titletown TV _KC. Please follow our Facebook pages, Titletown TV, Titletown Wrestling, Titletown TV Presents Sports Talk with KC, LOL Comedy Hour, Black Men Talk, each and every Tuesday night at 7:30 on his page. I go live every Wednesday for Sports Talk with KC at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Yeah. Go.
Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook, Lamar Pullum. That's LamarPullom. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, comedian_LP. For those that are tuning in, if you are a fan of the radio waves and radio apps, please download 1051 The Block. I am a radio personality, and my show is every Sunday from 2 to 7. So make sure you download that free app and tune in to your boy LP. Like he said, we got LOL Hour under the umbrella of Titletown TV. We also have our show BMT every Tuesday night, streaming live from my Facebook page. And I think that is all. Oh, follow me on YouTube as well. Comedian Lamar Pullum, LamarPullom.
Awesome.
For sure. And I'm going to drop all that in the description box below. Make sure you follow these guys. They got a lot of good content out there. I was watching some of it. So, and that'll do it for us. Make sure, again, I'm going to drop this right on here. So we have W is our sponsor. So 10% off your order if you go to w.gg and use discount code GymMint10. We also have a sponsor with ReaperApparelCo.com. Again, use that discount code GymMint10 and you'll get 10% off your order. Good clothing company, so check them out. And that should do it for us. Again, happy you guys were coming on, and we'll bring you on again for sure. So,
peace.
All right, see you guys later.